I seem to be lost. Hello? Must be circle of debate.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle Mate Podcast, episode number 14, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am your host, the devious one, Ivan C., here alongside with my brothers from another mother. Of course, we got the killer of all killers. Coming back from his vacation, freshened up, looking like 125%, probably more than EC3 ever will look like. The killer of all killers. Josh Brett Horton, ladies and gentlemen.
Fully charged. Redemption is mine, baby.
That's right. Go. And also we got, he had the bandana on, but he took it off. Ladies and gentlemen, he is your hero, as well as our heroes. He is the great American hero. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Lopez.
That's right. What you gonna do? So here we go. Episode 14.
There you go. What you gonna do when the great American hero goes wild on this podcast today? That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start this off. Wow, what a heck of a week of pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And we got a lot to debate about today. So I'm looking forward for this debate as well. So let's go ahead and start off with SmackDown, with the highlights, obviously, of past Friday. We did see one intriguing match that I believe, I'm assuming that it got both of two our brothers here, which was the Intercontinental Championship match between AJ Styles and Grand Metalik. What a great match. I was astonished of it. But let me go ahead and ask Mr. Hero, what was your thoughts about that match?
It was cool. It was an interesting match because I don't think we've ever seen Grand Metalik in a singles match, much less an Intercontinental Championship match. So it's fun to see different people get opportunities. Sure, he didn't go away with the title, but it was a fun match. I enjoyed it, and I really like his rope move there, where he jumps around, or he goes around the rope or whatever. And if I ever step into a ring, I will definitely try that out a few times. But yeah, cool match. I enjoyed it. Thumbs up.
Mr. Killer, what are your thoughts about the match?
No doubt, man. Grand Metalik definitely underrated as a talent. I mean, there's a lot of stories about him. Everybody knows how good he is. Just watched him before he got to WWE. They don't call him the king of the road for nothing. So, I mean, him getting a chance to go out there, go one-on-one with AJ Styles and prove what he's worth and what he can do, I love it. I want to see more of the wrestlers that are as good as Grand Metalik get that opportunity as well, because that match right there with AJ Styles proved that Grand Metalik can hang with the phenomenal one.
That is right. He can hang with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Definitely. Most definitely. That was a great match. I loved it. I love how Grand Metalik is, now they're exposing more of this type of talent, how you said, Mr. Killer. And we need to see more of it. We need to see more talent to get up there and to be more TV exposure as well. So, Bruce, don't forget to call us, buddy. Call us. You got our numbers. Papa Vinny, you got our numbers. So don't forget to call us, all right? And we can help you out with more of this shit. All right. And then also
call us up.
That's right. Call us up. And also definitely we saw Big E's first singles competition against The Miz. It was, for me. But I'm looking forward to seeing more. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Mr. Killer, Big E singles competition so far. What do you think? What's your thoughts, and what should they do more forward with Big E moving forward?
I've been wanting to see Big E break out into a single star, whether he had turned on the New Day or didn't turn on the New Day, which we know now he didn't, but still, he needs this to happen. He deserves it. I've been thinking to myself when I first heard about it, that he deserves it. And this guy, he's got a lot of potential. He's not a former NXT world champion for nothing. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he reaches the height that Kofi reached. I think that he can do it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I can't wait to see that as well, if that happens. Mr. Hero, so far, what do you think about Big E's singles?
It's off to a good start. Yeah, like the sky's the limit. You know, I definitely think that he's way overdue for a singles run. And you know, it kind of sucks that it had to take the other two to be injured for it to happen. You know, but nonetheless, it's here, and he and the WWE should really capitalize on this and take it to the moon.
That's right, definitely. I'm looking forward to that as well and see more Big E single matches. Now, moving forward with that, I just wanted this one got me a little bit intrigued, which obviously we saw Baron Corbin putting a bounty on Matt Riddle, who's going to take on it. You know, the old school type of way bounty. Reminds me of Evolution. I don't know what Triple H put a bounty on Goldberg. The one who answered the bounty was Shorty G, Chad Gable. Just Chad Gable going heel. So, I mean, is this a good move or a bad move for Shorty G? I think he should be Chad Gable. Fuck, Craig. Come on. Get rid of that Shorty G shit. He's a great talent.
I still ain't started calling him that, man. I don't think I've called him that yet, have I?
No, you have not. You said Chad Gable. Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
He's going to stay Chad Gable to me. Chad Gable. What the fuck would they name him Shorty G for? That's stupid as fuck, man. That sounds like he wants to be like a rapper name or something. He's a fucking Olympian. Use that to his advantage, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. So, Mr. Killer, your thoughts of him going heel? And would it be a great move for him going heel and be the next Kurt Angle 2.0 maybe? Your thoughts?
I would love for him to go heel, but he's gonna have to get rid of that fucking shorty geek shit. I would say he's gonna have to get rid of that shit and then go back to being like that Olympian type athlete. And yeah, he could possibly be the next Kurt Angle. I mean, I wish that his partner wouldn't have had to retire and they could have stayed American Alpha. But this guy on his own, if he could use the Olympian gimmick, then he's got it. He's got sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. But with this Shorty G gimmick, what has he accomplished with that yet? Nothing. Nothing to me. It's been an embarrassment. They let him get a few wins here and there, but it's still the drizzling shits.
I
Is it not?
agree. I agree with you. I'm with you 100% on that. Mr. Hero, this is actually I want to hear your thoughts about this. Could the Kurt Angle 2.0, yes or no? What are your thoughts?
I mean, so my mind has kind of gone towards he's an Olympian. He has amateur wrestling experience, definitely. Why not go into the UFC? Why not try that out? You know, he definitely could. On average, I feel wrestlers have much better success in MMA than you know, boxers or anything like that. So I think he could do well in maybe like in the bantamweight division or something like that. Places where they're not going to call him Shorty G, you know, because my goodness, did he say yes to this just so he could be on TV? I don't know, but you know, he has talent, and I've seen him lift up guys much bigger than him, like Baron Corbin, you know? Yeah. So he definitely has the strength. He has the abilities. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Bellator or UFC. So that's where my head is at.
Okay. All right. And also, just to end the SmackDown, obviously, highlights, obviously, we did see Alexa Bliss being attacked by The Fiend. Obviously, you know, because the whole Braun Strowman and Alexa love story. And now, I don't know where this is going. Do we see Alexa becoming the next Sister Abigail, or what the hell is going on? I don't get it. I mean, I know you're trying to get to Strowman, but I mean, Mr. Hero, let me go back to you. What are your thoughts about that segment? I mean, It
was interesting. I was not expecting that at all. You know, it's you know, the women have their storylines, the men have theirs. For me, it's something that I like watching when things intertwine, or you know, there's crossover. And there was clear crossover here. He took her, and or no, he did the mandible claw. And I'm very curious to see what happens next in this. You know, they could. I think Alexa has kind of been in the tag team division enough, so have her turn heel or turn to something, and you know, add layers to her character, which I feel she could definitely take it far. She could take the ball and run with it. I feel she has that talent as a character and as a wrestler too. So definitely, you know, Sister Abigail or Sister Bliss or whatever they're gonna call her, make it happen. You know, definitely.
Yeah, Mr. Killer, what are your thoughts about that segment?
Man, I love it when the women and the men, they get mixed up in the storylines. Don't keep them in their own little world. You know, this is wrestling. You need to not act like they don't intertwine, because we know that they intertwine backstage. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's what made a lot of the storylines great during the Attitude Era. Like, you know, so I mean, you had Trish with the Hardy Boys and Dean Malenko, you know, that situation.
Yeah, Lita.
Stephanie and Taker, all these women getting involved in these storylines with the men. I like that. It makes it more realistic, because in reality, in the real world, you're not going to see like men just all out by themselves doing their thing and no women are allowed, and you know, right here during a wrestling show. So I mean, it's good. It's good for this to happen, man.
Oh.
Or storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't see a movie like that, would you?
Not
that kind of movie anyway,
not that kind of movie.
Everybody know what I mean, though.
Yeah, exactly. Wink.
Yeah.
Moving on from SmackDown, let's just go ahead and move on to Raw. But now Raw, obviously, we saw Dominic finally stepping up to the plate. Attacked, obviously, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Man, just like his old man, Rey Mysterio. Now he's getting his challenge Seth Rollins for a match at SummerSlam. His debut in WWE. You guys are excited, so I'm going to ask you, Mr. Killer, are you excited to see Dominic for the first time in the ring? And where do you see him now going more forward after this first match?
Oh man, I'm ready to see what he can do. I mean, we saw a little tease here and there what he can do. We've seen him do the 619. We've seen him take a beat down from Brock. We've seen him run and attack Seth Rollins. I've seen him do all that stuff. I'm ready to see what he can do in a match. Let's see how good he is. And I think that he's going to surprise everybody, because he's surprised me already with all that he's done already. So, I mean, I'm ready to see what he can do. I want to see this match, and I want to see how good he is. Of course, he is going to be not probably, but he is going to be a little bit green. I mean, come on. He's still young, but I'm telling you, sky's the limit for him as well. So hopefully he can fill the shoes of his father, and which is going to be hard. I don't even know if he can come close to that, but if he can even come halfway close to that, then he'll be a great wrestler.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. Mr. Hero.
And,
hopefully
Seth Rollins, though, and him put on a great match, though. I'm ready to see that match. That is the most match that I'm looking forward to, by the way, right there, just to see what he does.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you on that. That one I'm really curious to see. I cannot wait. But Mr. Hero, what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of full circle sort of thing. You know, 15 years ago was the epic SummerSlam match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio for his custody, and now, you know, he's on his own, and not even with his dad at ringside, I'm assuming. He's going to have his first official match in WWE. So it's really, you know, I like that sort of full circle stuff going on there. As far as his ability, I honestly think it's going to be a decent match. Seth Rollins is able to, you know, to provide us with that, I feel, because, you know, for someone to have their first match at SummerSlam, you know, all that. So, you know, it comes with a lot of pressure. and I think Rollins is definitely gonna help out there. I want to be. I want this match to go super well, especially for Dominic, because there's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to say, "Oh, well, he just got this because of his dad and this and that." But I would like to see him, prove the naysayers wrong and deliver an awesome match. So let's see how it goes.
Most definitely. That's everybody's, mind right now is to see what's going to happen with Dominic, his first match. Yes, Mr. Killer said he's going to be a little green, obviously, this first debut match against Seth Rollins. But I feel Rollins will carry him, throughout the match. And obviously, I'm expecting Dominic to put a very, intriguing and, having the audiences and our viewers be like, wow, this kid could go. I mean, he showed a little bit on Raw. Right away, he went right quick, 619, and jumped off, leaped onto Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. So I was really excited. Like, oh, man, I cannot wait to see this kid. And I'm looking forward to see his future in WWE as well. So let's go ahead and move on with that, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Samoa Joe, come back. I saw that. Samoa Joe, what are you doing? Get off the fucking commentating. We need you back, damn it. I would love to see Samoa Joe back, damn it. Vince, take him out the commentating fucking team. Put him back in the ring. He's cleared.
For real, Vince.
He's cleared already. Let him go. You too, Bruce.
He needs to. He's destined to be WWE champion, man. It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Yes, he has to be the WWE.
He can be a commentary. He can be a commentary. Maybe 10 years from now, man. Right now, he still can go. I don't know what the fuck they're doing this for.
Yeah.
Just that little snippet. Just the little taste that they gave us of a feud there between Rollins and Samoa Joe. Just right there. They didn't even there was no action in between them. But that got me so interested in something there happening, down the line, hopefully, right?
Hopefully. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. That's right. You heard it here first. All right. Then obviously the anticipation that everybody was hearing about, okay, so the fact Shane is back. Okay, what the hell is going on? Everybody was just questioning, what the fuck is – everybody's on social media trying to figure it out. And it turns out it was a fucking Raw Underground. A wannabe fucking mixed up MMA. And I even put it on Twitter. Whoever follows me on Twitter, I'll put it down below. I actually put it down there that Dana White is probably laughing his ass off right now watching this segment. He's like, really? You're doing a wannabe UFC, a Raw 2.0 just to get your fucking ratings up? Which it did help.
That's what I was wondering. This shit ain't like shoot, is it? It's definitely not a shoot.
It's supposed to be, I guess, using the last hour of Raw for that. That's what it's supposed to be, according to Rumor on the Windows, but I'm not sure if it's true or not. It's only an opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, that the final hour of Raw is obviously the Raw Underground, having, obviously, the performance and, enhancements that are the talent from NXT and, who are in training. I need to bury this shit. I've been wanting to bury this shit. No. No Raw for All 2.0. What are you doing? I don't know.
No.
Hell no. You're going to use this for the only reason they got the fucking viewership high for Raw was because the anticipation nobody knew about and everything was discreet. I mean, it's secret. Everything was just quiet until that came out. I'm like, what? This? Are you fucking kidding me? This is the anticipation's about? No. And do you want to use your performance enhancement talent to get their asses whooped by Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Lashley, Shelton, MVP, Ivar? Like, nothing's going to change. No.
You know what I was picturing? You know what I was picturing when I heard about Raw Underground before I even watched it? I was picturing like maybe it would be like something like Wrestling Society X, not the crazy moves and everything, but the sit up. Maybe it would be like dark and like underground and just be wrestling like and be cool and maybe do something like that. But instead, I find out it's like a fight club. Like So I think the way I was thinking it could have been would have been better though. Like
Yeah.
They could have the same look that it is now. Just put the ring down there, make it everything dark, and like how Wrestling Society X was, man. But Like with the wrestlers from the main roster on Raw.
Yeah, I agree. You could do something like that. Like, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, that'd be okay. Something a little bit interesting, a little bit more with attitude. I mean, shit. I don't.
And they wouldn't have to do
it.
it for the whole show.
Yeah, right? Then yeah, because what about the demographics of the first 2 hours is low. So I don't know. It pissed me off. Mike, you're the biggest MMA of all fan. What were your thoughts about this shit?
This is not MMA. This is not the Brawl for All. Far from it. At least the Brawl for All, there was real punches thrown and all that good stuff. WWE, I really want you to succeed and all that. I mean, when I saw the first glimpse of it, the music was just awful. What were the chicks there dancing for? You know, for looks or whatever. I don't know. This whole Raw Underground thing, I do not see it lasting. You know, years from now, they're gonna look back and put and talk about it in documentaries about whose idea was this. You know, I mean, but they're trying new ideas. They're trying to see what'll stick. I do not think that this is going to stick at all. They're gonna let it go, just like the hacker. You know, who and who knows who this new faction is or whatever. But they're throwing different things. Raw Underground, if I were, you know, booking it or whatever, it would probably feature more NXT people instead of the main roster. I feel like that could probably have worked, or you know, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll give it 2 weeks. How about that? In 2 weeks, I'll see if yay or nay officially for me. I'll give it a shot. There you go. Let's see what happens.
Same for me on that, man. I'm gonna give it a couple weeks too to see what the fuck happened with it.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, and it's just, what are you guys doing? Have our number, call us. We can give you good shit. We'll give you good shit. But I don't know. This is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I know you're trying to impress your investors. And, you know, obviously to the obviously the broadcasters everywhere, you know, with Fox, it's not, or USA, I'm sorry, because you guys are USA Raw, but it's not going to fucking work. It's not going to work. I agree. 2 weeks. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here. We said 2 weeks. And if this shit lasts longer, I don't know.
2 weeks.
I don't think I'm just going to watch it. No, I'm not. I don't think this is what I'm going to do. I'm like, no. I'm done. No, I'm not going to watch it. For what? It's bullshit. But moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and move on. Just right quick, during that Monday as well, we had the night one of the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament. Obviously, we saw the Nightmare Sisters, you know, Brandy and, you know, Allie versus Penelope Ford and Mel. That's what we saw, Penelope Ford and Mel. We saw that, and obviously the Nightmare Sisters advances to the quarterfinals, so they're waiting for their next opponents. And we saw, obviously, Ariana Andrew and Nyla Rose losing to Anna Jay and Taconi, who was formerly from NXT. We saw them winning and advancing in the quarterfinals. So far, I mean, we saw Medusa. She showed up. Vito, she was there. Shao Guerrero was there to announce. So I was happy. I mean, it was not bad for night one, but I'm looking forward to see more of it at night two. That's what I'm looking forward. And, you know, we'll see where it goes. So, I mean, gentlemen, did you guys catch any glimpse of it by any chance?
I saw the second half with the Nyla Rose match. I would have wanted to see because they've been teasing at this Colt Cabana Dark Order alliance, and I know that they took Anna Jay too. So I would have wanted at least Evo Uno to show up there with her or something, kind of for continuity and for intrigue in that storyline. Especially because they won that match, so they advance, and let's see how that, you know, who their opponents are going to be. But I found it surprising that that Nyla Rose and Ariane lost, considering that they were given this segment or short segment on Dynamite. And Ariana
Oh
said, "Yo,
yeah.
I'm back," and this and that. Considering that, I thought, okay, well, they're probably going to have them at least go to the finals. But they lost in the first round, so um, you know, uh, good luck to the rest of the teams. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting a Mae Young Classic kind of vibe a little bit, in a smaller scale. But I feel like they're trying to see which women are probably going to be hired full time, or because they're trying out different people. But yeah, I mean, it's something new for the women's division there, and it's something that they really needed. So let's go with it.
All right. How do you feel so far, Mr. Killer, about this tournament?
This is like ready to look forward and see what happens with it. Hopefully we can see some talent get elevated from it, if anything. I'm still excited that they're doing something different. That's what I'm saying. I still. What did you say? Some of it is on Dark.
No, it's on
and
Monday.
some of
It's
on
on Monday.
Dynamite.
It's on Monday because they took it out this past Monday after Raw. They took it or during Raw on YouTube on their channel. So I mean, night 2 will be the following Monday. So we're looking forward to see that. They haven't announced who's the other ones who's competing. They're not announced yet, which we're looking forward to see. Maybe later in the weekend.
Okay.
We'll find out who else is competing in that tournament. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Best of luck. I mean, for those women in AEW, whoever gets hired, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see how it ends. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and move on to pro wrestling news. One of the most ones that I want to talk about exciting was the XFL was purchased by none other than If You Smell by the man Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He purchased hours before a day before the it was to be auctioned off in the bankruptcy list. Dwayne and of course Redbird Capital and his ex-wife Danny Garcia purchased XFL for $15 million, and obviously they're going to split it up between them three. So obviously his ex-wife is share owner. So they're all going to be obviously 3 ways owners of this XFL. And I'm looking forward what is they're going to do with the league. Now they're going to revive it back, and which I'm happy about, by the way, because I was intrigued by XFL when they came out until after this pandemic situation. Vince needed to cut costs. Obviously he needed to file bankruptcy to save his ass, to save his money. We all know that. He had no other option. But I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Mr. Killer, what are your thoughts about The Rock purchasing the XFL, and do you see The Rock taking the XFL to the next level?
Everything The Rock touches turns to gold. Let's be honest. This man is blessed, truly blessed. And I feel like it's crazy how we started with last year when we found out that XFL was coming back and that Vince was going to be taking it serious this time and not put all the wrestling stuff into it. And then the coronavirus comes to play, and he ends up getting rid of it, and now The Rock owns it. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, hell fucking yeah. Because I feel like The Rock, he's still young, he's still hungry, he's still successful. Everything I said, he touches turns to gold. So I believe this could be a success with The Rock running it.
All right, Mr. Hero, your thoughts?
Definitely.
Yeah, man. I think this is the best thing that could have happened to the XFL. Nothing against Vince McMahon himself. I don't know him personally, but I really feel like if he was going to run the XFL like he was running WWE, no, thank you. I'm not a football fan. I'll be the first to say it. But I do think that you need somebody like The Rock who has actual experience in the football field to run it, or to kind of to be the owner. I think that he has great ideas, and I like what he's done, not just in the movies but in TV and all sorts of different things going around. The tequila, right? So this this man is the right guy for the job, and I
Damn
see
right.
great things for the XFL. So yeah, I mean, I'll be tuning in. I'll be checking out a few games, and who knows, I might even turn into a football fan. So we'll see how that
Hopefully,
goes.
hopefully, we need to turn Mike into a football fan. Yes, I am a
Hey man,
football
I
fan.
believe in the Rock. I believe in the Rock so much. I believe in the Rock so much that if there was any wrestler to run for president and be successful, that would be the guy. No doubt about it.
Dwayne Johnson for president.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
You got the
Can you imagine a statue outside the White House one day with the eyebrow?
with the eyebrow, with the mic.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. The
that'll
most
be
electrifying president of all time.
Hey, that'll be a great. Whoever he gets to announce his name coming out of the podium, that'll be great. All right.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, most definitely. And obviously, the only just one last. It caught everybody's attention. I didn't want to talk about it, but I'll bring it up right quick before we go to break. One of the former Rockers, Marty Jannetty, obviously posted a Facebook message. He posted it on Twitter, I believe so too. Him murdering somebody when he was a teenager because he was about to get sexually assaulted. And I guess it was a breakup.
What?
Yeah. So the story is that he was trying to. I guess he had a breakup with his girlfriend. Then he brought up the past about a teenager. Part about his brother he didn't tell his brother because he didn't want his brother to know about it. So Marty Jannetty defended himself because he was about to get sexually harassed by some guy when he was a teenager, and he beat the shit out of him, and he said that he killed him, and nobody could find him supposedly. So then that Facebook got deleted, and that Twitter got deleted quickly after that, and then he switched it around saying, "Well, no, I didn't say I killed him. I said I just beat the shit out of him with a brick. I don't know if he's still alive or not." But he said he dragged his unconscious body, somewhere by the river, and now the police are now investigating on it. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
I think Marty Jannetty's had a little bit too much booze and drugs and can't control what he posts on Facebook. Like a lot of older men in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they get on Facebook or social media, and then they post all kinds of crazy shit, and they don't know they're incriminating themselves.
Yeah,
the cops watch that shit. The cops watch that shit, and that because people tell them.
Yeah,
they'll go snitch tag,
Yeah, and now he just put himself in trouble. He put himself in trouble.
What was that? That one time he was like, I just found out that my daughter is really not mine. Is it okay if we sleep together?
Oh,
and everybody was like, nasty motherfucker.
Yeah, he got problems.
Jannetty said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
Woo.
that.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Hero, your thoughts about that?
Yeah, man. It's interesting because I don't know. I just it's kind of sad to hear this kind of news and somebody going through something like this. And man, there's always that comparison of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty and the different roads that these guys took. And it's sad. It really is. It's sad to see somebody going through this and just posting stuff like that online. And I mean, I wish him well, and I wish that he gets his act together. And if the police find him, or if he ends up getting charged for something, I hope that he's able to bounce back from it. Or it sucks for him, and it sucks to see that somebody that we saw in the ring go through something like this and post about it, and so it's sad.
It's sad, yeah. It is sad. So we'll see what happens later on when there's more further details when they're coming up, and if they did, if he did do it, then goodbye, buddy. Sorry, you're bye. But we don't know. Or you're doing this to catch center attention.
Yeah, man, that's one of the worst things you could post about, man. He's fucked,
man.
Yeah,
oh that's something
they can find out. They can find out anything. Motherfucking police are smart, bro. They can find out. They'll find out what he done. They'll find out, and if it's true that he done that, whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. Yeah, it will come to the light.
Absolutely, I am 100%
true.
with you. Very well too. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We'll go ahead and take a quick break as we're going to take a quick break, and you're going to hear the message from our broadcaster, the captain himself, Captain AM, PM, wherever he's at, Captain. I don't know if he's still lost in the jungle. I don't know if I have no idea. Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, we'll be right back.
No, but holy shit. We shouldn't go in there. Oh shit!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle Debate Podcast. We thank the captain. We salute you, sir, for wherever you are. I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, we salute you. We appreciate you very much. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I begin with NXT, I just want to go ahead and mention to one of our viewers and one of our homegirls, from the UK, Katie. If you guys are interested in reading more blogs and more interested, especially in women's wrestling, I would recommend for you guys to go ahead and check out Katie's Women's Wrestling.wordpress.com. Check that out. You will see the description below. And also, we will send you her Twitter as well, which is at Katie's Wrestling. So you will see that below the description. So subscribe to her channel and to her blog, and also follow her on Twitter. And she gives a lot of great information on women's pro wrestling all over the world. So shout out to you, Katie. Thank you very much. We love you. We support you. We got you right here. So let's go ahead and move on, ladies and gentlemen, with NXT. Now we see, we heard the bad news, obviously. The bad news was that, Dexter Lumis, the one we talked about last week, which check into our archives, ladies and gentlemen. We were all, rooting for him to be the North American champion. But unfortunately, he is out due to an injury. So now he is being replaced. We don't know who is going to be replaced on that one. But the Regal made a lot of interesting moves. So what Regal did is he basically did the people for the last two final spots on that five-way ladder match for TakeOver. He did the people that did not get pinned will have a singles match to take the final two spots, which was Finn Balor didn't get pinned, Gargano didn't get pinned, Holland didn't get pinned. Trying to recall who was the last one. I just had it here. I believe. As a matter of fact, I believe they're gonna have Thatcher in it. I believe so. So they're gonna have Thatcher in that as well. So they're gonna be competing for the final two spots. And on the final, who's gonna be replacing Dexter Lumis will be a triple threat match between Kushida, Cameron Grimes, and we don't know who's the other individual. That one's a question to be determined. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, Mr. Hero, what are your thoughts of Dexter being out, and your thoughts about now these switches coming out of nowhere? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Dexter was my pick, to get the title. So it's sucks for to see him out of the match, but every so often WWE comes up with an idea that I'm like, that works. I wish I would have thought of that. And this works. The people that did not get pinned in the triple threat matches are going to compete against each other for the right to earn their spot in the match. It makes sense, and it's a great move. I feel for William Regal or whoever pitched that idea. But yeah, let's see how this goes, and I'm invested in this tournament, or this match, I should say. But yeah, should be an entertaining match.
Absolutely, Mr. Killer, your thoughts?
Oh man, this seems like a different type of tournament too, and this is what I like. So the ones that don't get pinned stay in the tournament, right?
Yeah,
this is like what they did with the Cruiserweight tournament. They made it different.
Yeah,
and I like that, and I like what Damian Priest is doing here. I mean, did you see that fucking welch on his fucking head? Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh my god!
I didn't even catch what part of the match he got that in, but I mean, I'd have to watch it back. But damn, man, I had one on my head like that 3 times bigger than that one time when I hit my head on the nail. But that motherfucking shit, man, it scares the fuck out of you when you first see that happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he winning that match, man. I'm going to go with him to win the tournament, definitely.
Oh, if Priest wins it, wow! If Priest wins the North American title, that'll be something, and I think it will be well deserved. His credentials are there from Ring of Honor and now being NXT, and I love it. You never know, but I cannot wait to see who are going to be the mystery one and who's going to fill the last 2 spots. So we'll find that out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And also, we found out as well that there was a number 1 contendership match for Io Shirai with the NXT Women's Championship between Rhea Ripley and Dakota Kai. Great opening match. I loved it. It wasn't bad at all. Now but Mercedes Martinez now is going to start a feud with Rhea Ripley. We saw her interfering in that match, and Dakota Kai winning. Now Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. We're seeing this all over again. Gentlemen, are you guys interested in this match or no? So I'll go with you, Mr. Killer.
I didn't see Dakota Kai defeating Rhea Ripley at all. I did not think that was going to happen. I thought they was going to push her to the moon. I thought she was going to be Charlotte's level in NXT, I mean, possibly she still is, but Dakota Kai, I mean, I think they're about to strap a rocket to her ass. And but do I think she's going to be Io Shirai?
Mm-hmm.
No chance in hell. Nope.
No chance. No chance in hell. Mr. Hero, what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to this match, the women's title match. I'm not too familiar with Dakota Kai and her in her work, but I think that I preferred that matchup than Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. I think that Ripley and Mercedes are I'm more intrigued in that matchup going forward. So I think of the 4, I think Ripley would be the first in line to go to the main roster. So I want to get her to see kind of close up her time in NXT, and I think going against Mercedes is a good way to start wrapping up there.
Yeah, and I think Mercedes is like the next Shayna Baszler for NXT, pretty much. Which, by the way, Mercedes Martinez did train Shayna Baszler. She was one of the trainers for her pro wrestling career. People didn't know that. So you heard it here from us.
Oh.
So that's why they're almost similar, like backgrounds, if you can see. But obviously, Mercedes is a more trained pro wrestler comparing to Shayna. She's more of a catch wrestler, because of her MMA background. But she was trained by Mercedes Martinez. So I'm looking forward to seeing that feud with her and Rhea Ripley. That's going to be great.
Mercedes Martinez has been in the game for a while, though.
Yes, she's been in the indie scenes. She's been in AEW. We've seen her in the Battle Royals that she was in AEW, and obviously for WWE and NXT and the Mae Young Classic as well. She was in it, so she has her credentials are there. So, and she's a great wrestler. That's in Japan as well. So I'm looking forward to see more Mercedes, and she could be the Paul Heyman girl too, alongside with Shayna Baszler. Why not? Make that happen. Why is it Robert Stone? But I do like the Robert Stone brand. I want to see where they're gonna go with it. So I like it. Not bad. I love it. All right, and then obviously the one scary thing that I was like, wow, I love how they look was after the match between Keith Lee and Cameron Grimes. You see Killer Cross,
yeah.
And we see nothing but chaos everywhere.
Destruction. He done laid out everybody.
Oh my God. I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Killer, did it give you chills? Did it like, wow?
Oh yeah. I was looking in his eyes when I was watching that, and you could tell that motherfucker is scary as fuck. He is the master of intimidation when it comes to this type of stuff. And he looks like he means business, Keith Lee. What did he say? He said, "This is all your fault right here." Something like that, he said. Yeah. It's all on your – he said, William Regal, I haven't seen him around here since I've been here. And I believe him, yeah. I'm hoping to God that he wins that world title from Keith Lee. I like Keith Lee holding it, but I want to see Karrion Kross get it.
There you go. Wow. Mr. Hero, what were your thoughts about that segment? Oh, looks like he froze. Looks like we had technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, but he'll be. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there I am. There I am. Yeah, man, I want to see Karrion Kross with that title. This guy just exudes that that monster, energy, and I think NXT could be carried by this guy. He is the future of NXT. He just arrived, and I already want to see him dominate the brand. And so many great matchups that could come out from him, and it would be cool to see him as a dominant champion. Keith Lee, it won't. Like I said last week, I think it wouldn't hurt him to lose the title. I think he's good to go for the main roster. He's been up there with the biggest names. I'm all for Karrion Kross. Emerging as NXT champion.
Perfect. I can't wait for that either, man. Oh my God, it just give me the chills. I love how they're building him up. I love it. Oh my God, man. I can't compare him to anybody, honestly. And there's no name me a.
It kind of reminds me like of Orton a little bit. That's close as I can come of Randy Orton, man.
Okay,
just a little bit, but with a little bit of a Taker in him.
Yeah,
maybe if you mix Orton and Taker together, you would get Karrion Kross.
Ooh, that's a good combo right there. All right.
He's still got a long ways to go. Imagine when he gets it to his level, his ultimate level that he's going to reach, the top.
Oh yeah, and then he has a little bit of Psycho Sid. You know how Psycho's, looking in the eye. He has a little Psycho Sid to him.
Oh yeah, and what I love about him also is he said in the interview that he takes a lot of his gimmick and he uses it from Sean O'Hare, which is another one of my favorites. Rest in peace to him.
All right. Definitely. Now the last one of the night, obviously, if you guys recall back in the about a week ago, I believe we talked about it in the archives. So forget the archives on our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Pat McAfee obviously showed up and commentating for the Undisputed Era. We all thought it was real, but looks like it's a fucking work. So he got us. Adam Cole got us, and Pat McAfee got us. And obviously,
I knew it. I knew it was a work.
And then obviously we saw the ending segment. He kicked him. He punt kicked him. And obviously Triple H did on social media, Twitter, to challenge, to take Adam Cole's challenge, and Pat McAfee accepted. So now we're going to see Pat McAfee wrestle for the first time and take over against Adam Cole. Where do you see with this, Mr. Kinner? What do you see with this this feud? What do you see with it?
I do not like the fact that they let him do Adam Cole like that, man. What the fuck? I don't even know where to start. First time I saw this Pat McAfee guy, he's wearing fucking shorts that are up to his fucking way above his knees right there, and he looks like a fucking clown. So I mean, I don't take him serious. I can't take him serious. No offense to him, but I don't like his voice. He acts more goofy than like a threat. So I don't take him seriously, and I think this is real bad look for Adam Cole to be beat down by him. And I think this is a bad idea. How much wrestling training does he have? Do you know?
I have no idea. He was a signee, never used him, but I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't know how his in-ring skills ability will be.
See, I thought they got him from somewhere else.
No, he retired from he retired from the NFL, and then he ended up joining pro wrestling. He was a punt kicker for the Indianapolis Colts.
See, I don't like him. There's something about him I don't like. I can't take him seriously, man. Like maybe I feel like that he could be a good chicken shit heel, like The Miz when The Miz is a chicken shit heel. I feel like he could do that well. I feel like he could do a damn good job at that. But as far as beating the fuck out of Adam Cole and to be taken seriously as a threat, no.
Your thoughts, Mr. Hero?
I hope, with all the hope, that Adam Cole just destroys and and sends this guy packing. You know, come on, man. You know,
About to spill my beer out on that one. Yeah. We'll help him pack his suitcase.
yeah, it's
And
just
he can join what was that other fucker's name? That
Gronkowski.
signed yeah, he could join his ass and pack his suitcase too.
Yeah, it's just they're so into bringing these guys in to just kind of get like a rub of fame, you know, from them. And, you know, like Tyson Fury too. You know, they bring these guys in for a little bit, and I don't know. They give the spotlight to the wrestlers, make them into stars, have them be the main events, and you know you never saw Austin or Rock going up against you know, football players. You know, so I don't know. For me, it's a down.
There was Mike Tyson and then like Schwarzenegger when he comes.
Yeah, Mike
never in a
Tyson's a
match.
little bit different
but
though.
never
he
a
looks like
match.
a legitimate
Yeah, it
threat.
was never a match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Studio of all studios, Mr. MGC Matthew Cartagena, ladies and gentlemen.
You could, to make it easier to say the name. What do you think of going with the whole Matthew Steamboat thing? Since I'm bringing that whole tropical, you know, kind of Hawaiian-ish, a little bit of that flavor. You know,
I would say that, or I would say Matthew Kellerman.
yeah, Matthew.
Matthew Kellerman, but I like the Matthew Steamboat. That's not bad either.
I like Cardona.
Oh, Matt
Yeah,
Cardona.
We could-
Matt
we could
I'm
Cardona.
not from I can't do a Long Island accent. It's like I'm not even Italian. I like toys though. I don't have wrestling figurines, but I want some like toy battleships and stuff like that.
Okay.
Does Matt Cardona only like review wrestling toys, or does
Yeah, that's all he does in this podcast.
it's only wrestling toys? It's
Yes,
not like toys
action
for
figures. Action figures. They're not toys. They're not.
Like he doesn't mess with GI
figures.
He doesn't mess with GI Joes or anything like that, because like I like GI Joes and I like battleships and stuff. And
No, but he has GI Joes. He has Ghostbusters. He has a couple like other,
okay,
you know, Ninja Turtle ones too from Mecca. So I mean,
because
they make
I
a
collect,
good toy production there too.
because I'm into that stuff. So you know, I guess I somewhat qualify.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from NXT. So Mr. Matthew Steamboat and myself will be discussing about what's going on in the New Japan world. So obviously it was announced also as well, New Japan USA, the tournament, which I'm excited for this tournament because the winner of this tournament gets a shot at John Moxley, excuse me, New Japan Pro Wrestling US Championship. So I'm looking forward for that, for the IWGP US Championship. So the winner of the tournament will face John Moxley. So let me go ahead and announce who's in the tournament. So we got Carl Fredericks. He's going to go ahead and, you know, face against Kenta. That's going to be an interesting one there. Jeff Cobb versus Tangaloa. That's another one interesting there. David Finlay versus Chase Owens. I'm glad to see Chase Owens back. I love his work. I'm glad that he's back. And David Finlay, too. He's a great professional wrestler. You know, look him up, ladies and gentlemen.
Chase Owens, that's your Bullet Club stalwart. He's
yes.
always with the bang.
And also we got the return of Brody King from the Villain Enterprises. Oh, man, I'm happy that he's back. I'm a big fan of his work as well. I've seen him a big man, but he can move fast for a big man, and I love him. You know, I'm
he's
glad
probably
you're
like
back.
one of the coolest looking big men. Is he a musician too? I think he's in a band.
I think he's in a band. I don't know his personal background much. But he's going to be going ahead and facing off against Tama Tonga. So this is a great tournament. Obviously, the tournament starts on August 7th, which will be, you know, I'm not sure if it's Japan time or it will be U.S. time. Nobody knows the location. Where it's going to be held.
That's tomorrow then.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, don't forget we record on Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen, put it on Fridays. It obviously begins on August 7th through August 21st, which is the finals. So I'm looking forward to that. So, Mr. Matt Steamboat, what are your thoughts about this USA New Japan Cup tournament?
So, like, the obvious favorites going in, I mean, we could have some sudden come up, some upsets. From the look of it, Kenta's like one of the to-go guys because like we just had him in the World Championship picture. So maybe another like a Kenta Moxley match would be in there, especially since they're both, according to the New Japan YouTube, they're like seen as outsiders, even though Kenta is Japanese. He's all that time in the USA. It's like insider outsiders. And some of the other guys, Brody King, he could come in. I mean, so they have a way of putting smaller guys over big guys in, you know, their own way. I mean, I've seen like Okada versus like Giant Bernard and stuff like that, and how they work that, or Doc Gallows, or was it the Rogue General, Bad Luck Fale versus Okada, and how they do that. So who knows what they do with Brody King, though. It'd be cool to see Brody King take that title, though. I definitely want to see that.
So that's your pick. You pick Brody King to win the whole tournament.
Especially like my babyface pick would be Brody King, and then my heel pick would be Kenta, since you know, he's sticking with heel.
All right. Okay. Well, it looks like I want Tama Tonga. I think it's about time for him to go his singles push and win a singles championship.
That's my pick too, by the way, Tama Tonga.
There you go. I'm with you on that. Great minds think alike.
Forever,
Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike. He deserves.
I'd be happy with
Tama Tonga, man.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, man, this is time, bro. Think about it. He was the original Bullet Club. He's been there. He's done that. It's time, man. It's time. Just like they gave Evil his due, it's time to give Tama Tonga his.
He's a gangster. Are we gonna talk?
Right.
Do you want to talk summer struggle?
Yes, I want to go ahead and bring that up right quick. As well, summer struggle, which happened obviously yesterday. It happened yesterday. Which for the never open weight six-man tag team tournament. Obviously, we did see, you know, Chaos is involved, Bullet Club, the Suzuki Gun is involved. So they already had 2 matches, which was great. I enjoyed them, which was one, you know, Chaos, which was Okada, Yano, and Sho, you know, beat the Bullet Club, which was, you know, Yujiro, Jado, and Gaito. They beat them, obviously, to advance, you know. And also we saw LIJ, of course, those Ingobernables de Japón. Obviously, you know, we saw them advancing as well. You know, we saw Sanada, Bushi, and, you know, and Takagi beating Suzuki Gun, which was Desperado, Doku, and Suzuki. So
the official story now is they stripped the title because of Evil's defection.
Yes. Because he left LIJ, they had to vacate the belt. Because
that makes sense.
Yeah,
especially with the Freebird rules. Well, this is
a 3-man belt championship.
Yeah.
You know? So it's great because now you're giving the fans more intriguing. Who's going to be the next, you know, never open weight 6-man tag champion. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, you know, this tournament is running from August 6th all the way till August 9th, which is the finals of that tournament. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. The other participants, obviously, we have is, you know, Ibushi, Tanahashi, and Master Waito, versus obviously the Suzuki Gun, Taichi, Zack Zambre, and, you know, Kanemaru. So we're looking forward to seeing that. That will be coming up. And also we have obviously Chaos, you know, Ishii, Goto, and Yoshihashi, which they'll compete against Makabe, Taiguchi, and Horima. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. So
I'm looking at the capacity of Jingu Stadium. The match between Naito and Evil, the rematch, is going to be at Jingu Stadium, and it has a capacity of 37,000 people. But I'm pretty sure they're going to keep it smaller.
They have to, because obviously that's separated a lot, everyone else. And I mean, the good thing is they're doing it like at a baseball stadium. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's in Shinjuku in Tokyo is where they're having that match on the 29th of August.
That I'm looking forward to that. And stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, to look at that as well. August 29th. Great card. I mean, we don't know the full card yet. All we know is just 2 of them, which is obviously Mr. Steamboat over here, Matt Steamboat, and mentioned Evil versus Naito for both belts of the IWGP World Heavyweight and the IWGP Intercontinental. And also we have, the Bone Soldier Taji Ishimori challenging, Hiromu for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So we'll see.
I hope he wins it too. I hope he wins it.
Bone Soldier getting that belt back.
Bone Soldier all day long.
That's right. See if he gets it back. So I'm looking forward to seeing, and this tournament is going to be great for the U.S. and for this never open weight. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on New Japan World. It's great. It's getting better and better and better. And one thing I want to just bring up before we go to AEW, right quick. Did you see, Matt, the little tease? I think in day 4 Summer Struggle, when you saw Ibushi could possibly go heel on Tanahashi? Do we see the Golden Ace gone, or do you see Tanahashi turning heel? What are your thoughts?
That'd be kind of cool because he's been, even at Wrestle Kingdom, he was teasing it with the kill when he goes into just this emotionless kill mode. You know, I'd like to see a dark Ibushi. It'd be because for now he's been a very, I won't say like milquetoast, like I'm like personality wise he's been like very like family friendly, lovable, you know, Ibushi. So like kill murder mode Ibushi would just be so fun to watch when he just, his face just goes blank. And you know, there's an anime where he says "Omae wa shindoro," and it means you're already dead. Like there's an anime where a guy touches a dude and then they explode. Like he's got a martial arts where like he punches a guy and his whole body freaking explodes, and he says "Omae wa shindoru," you're already dead. So that's the one they've been making with Ibushi, like memes of that, where it says "Omae wa shindoru," and Ibushi's got like that murder face where he's just like blank face like that, just like
that'd be crazy.
Just kicking you like when he was kicking Okada when he's down. So.
Oh yeah, Mr. Killer, do you see Ibushi going heel? Do you see it happening?
Yeah, it could. God, no. I was about to say it could happen, but no, I don't see it. You don't see it, huh? But I've seen stranger things happen. Never say never, but I'm gonna go with no.
All right.
Because I mean, like he's kind of like the ultimate baby face over there, right?
Yeah, him and Tanahashi, especially, you know, Tanahashi's been with New Japan for a long time, and he's been that's why he's the Golden Ace. He's been the baby face. I mean, Matt can correct me if I'm wrong. I never seen Tanahashi being heel, but
he's had moments, but like whenever you put him up, like I think against Nakamura, but most of the time he prefers. It's like Sting. He prefers to work baby face. Mm-hmm. You know, Sting. If he had the choice, he'd always pick baby face like 80% of the time.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, most definitely. So I'm looking forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk more about New Japan, you know, next week's episode, and give you the results. So moving forward now, let's go ahead and move on with AEW Dynamite. Man, it was a great opening match, which was obviously the FTR and the Elite versus the Dork Order. And Colt Cabana. Okay. But, I mean, great opening match, great. I was surprised, no entrances, nothing. We were already in the ring. I was like, what the hell? Okay.
Oh,
and it just started.
Man. When I started the fucking show, I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit.
They want to cut down on the entrance time. Yeah.
And so it was actually not a bad match. We did see, obviously, one of the members of FTR got injured, and Adam Page walking him to the back.
Yeah, I saw that too. Which one was it? I couldn't remember. I can't remember. Which one was it?
Dax.
I think it was
Dax. Yeah,
Dax.
Dax Harwood. He's the one. He's the one that got hurt.
So they got a hospitalization angle.
So. Yeah. And then obviously that happened. So the Dark Order pick up the win. What I did like from that opening match was seeing Adam Page one-on-one with Brody Lee. I will book it. Tony Khan, give us a call. Book it, or unless you're already ahead of the game. I'm pretty sure better than Bruce Pritchard and Papa Vinny. I'm hoping.
Seeing Kenny or Adam against any of the big guys is just like enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah,
Adam or Kenny against any of the tall dudes that they've gotten recently. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, Mr. Great American Hero, what were your thoughts about this opening match?
Yeah, I felt that it was, pretty action packed. There was a lot of stuff going on, especially at the end there. I liked that the Dark Order or Dork Order or whatever got the win there. They need wins. I honestly kind of thought that they were going to lose, but I'm glad that Brody Lee especially got the pin. And yeah, if you're going to have a solid villain or villains, they have to be a credible threat, and I feel like this win kind of pointed that in the right direction. As for Adam Page and Brody Lee, yeah, I mean, I'm all for it.
There you
Make
go.
it happen. Yeah.
Here
I guess Tony Khan got your text there, Ivan, because
I'm glad,
You made it
you're
happen.
watching, Mr. Khan. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
watching.
So thumbs up for me.
you know he's watching. You know he's watching. It seems like every time we say something, he fucking does it.
Right? You know what? You're right about that. You're absolutely right. So, Mr. Killer, what
Either
were
that
your
or great
thoughts?
minds think alike.
Great
Hey.
minds think alike. See. So, what, Mr. Killer, your thoughts about that grand opening match?
Man, I really didn't like the. You talking about the 12-man tag team matchup? Too much clutter, man. Too much clutter. I mean, I like those type of matches. Like if it's like a Survivor Series match and there's been a big build to it. Yeah, if there's been a big build to it and it's elimination. But if you just got 12 people out there, wrestlers out there, that's a tag team match and it's not elimination, like I don't like it. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. It's a Survivor Series style. I like it. But the only thing I did like about it was it gave a lot of the wrestlers a chance to be on the card. Because all these wrestlers was on the card, other wrestlers got a chance to have matches on the card and be on the card that probably wouldn't have in the other part of the show. So yeah, that was the only part that was good about it.
I'll say maybe that's why they did it. It might be like a little bit of a sacrifice for the lower card, the mid card.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm with you on that. I think that's what they probably did. How you said they want to cut the timing on the entrance and just cut to the chase. So I'm with you on that to give the rest of the card an opportunity. So moving on with the card, actually, want to go ahead and move on with Best Friends. Obviously, they defeated Ortiz and Santana. Obviously, and then after that, we saw later on we saw a little segment. They destroyed one of the. I believe it was a Trent's car, right? Or was it Chuck's? Chuck's
mom's car.
Yeah, the mom's car, and we're gonna see another rematch. I mean, where do you guys? So I'm gonna ask you, Mr. MGC, where do you see, this feud going? Do you see it going longer? We're gonna see a rematch, but what do you think so far about this feud?
It's just gonna end it all out, and then that's it. That's I don't think. I mean, it's not the most exciting. I kind of forwarded through the segment. Like I could see, like Santana and Ortiz are good heels, but it's like I'm because their finisher is called the Strong Zero. If you guys didn't know, and if you guys don't know what a Strong Zero is, that's a Japanese alcoholic beverage. It's kind of like Monster, but with like alcohol in it, and you could buy it from like any convenience store in Japan. And you could drink it in public too, because there's no open container laws. So that's why they named their finisher the Strong Zero. But it's just like, I like that better when it's Rocky Romero. So.
Yeah, that's true. Rocky, we love you, Rocky. Rocky Romero, great wrestler.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out. All right, Mr. Hero, your thoughts about it?
Man, it sucks that the car got messed up. Who's gonna drive them to work now?
Tony Khan bought another.
Maybe that's why they done that, because they killing off that interest. Hopefully,
I think Tony Khan bought it. I think that's what happened.
They're gonna come in a Mercedes next or something. It was cool.
Volkswagen Beetle.
I think this storyline. I like Santana and Ortiz. At first, I was kind of a bit, lukewarm towards their team, but I think, like MGC said, they're pretty good heels. Best Friends, I think, kind of, who knows? Maybe by the car being destroyed, it'll kind of make things a little bit more serious. Like now, we're gonna get our revenge and stuff, and kind of take this feud to the next level. And maybe, who knows, ladder match for the papers of the car, or or something, something up the stakes here. But yeah, I want to give this feud a chance and see where they take it.
Mr. Killer, your thoughts?
Oh man, to be honest, thought it was real funny seeing the car getting fucked up, the Benz or whatever, and then painted up and everything, and the windows smashed. And then I noticed the tires was gone. I was like, and then they cut back. They cut back to the best friends later on after the car had been smashed up, and they're all talking shit, talking hard, like, "Oh, you're gonna pay for this," blah 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 blah. And it's like, man, I was like, this is what I done. I was watching it, and then I went. I turned my head until they turned my head, man. I turned my head, man, until they stopped talking because I was like, fucking shit. I can't take them serious, man. I can't take them serious. You roll up in your mom's minivan. You both, Trent looks like an athlete. Chucky T, and I got the same thoughts as Jimmy Cornette on that.
He's an IT guy.
No.
Looks like the IT guy.
I can't take them seriously, man. Oh, we're gonna fuck you up for fucking up my mom's car. We're gonna get your ass for that. I had to turn my head away from the TV, man. Fuck it, that. Fuck that. I can't stand the best. I can't stand the best friends, man.
You need a hug. Friends. Come here, let me give you a hug.
to me, with that interest, not with the interest, but when they do the Okada thing with
where the camera backs up.
Come on, man. You got to give the people what they want. You got to give the people what they want, man.
To me, that's disrespectful to Okada, man. I know he allowed them to do it and everything, but they are a joke. I hate the fucking best friend with a passion. I can't stand them. They don't even look right together as a team, man. They suck. I can't stand them.
Team them with CM Punk.
Oh,
yeah, they're on the fucking block list with CM Punk. I ain't blocked them yet, but I will. They'll probably block me after they see this.
I want the War Kings in AEW, and then the War Kings in the Briscoes, so I could have all those more of those dream tag matches.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to
seeing that. I want to see the Briscoes move up anyway. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I think Briscoes will fit great in the AEW
shit!
tag
Could
team.
you imagine Briscoes versus Santana Ortiz?
Ooh, or that'd be a dream match. I don't know if that ever happened, to be honest. I need to.
But they could have a killer feud in AEW, though.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. I'm with you on that. All right, so moving on with that, obviously we saw the attack of Matt Hardy. You know, wow, Sammy Guevara did a fucking number on Matt Hardy in this one, and I was just like, whoa. He threw the chair really, really tough on Matt Hardy. Obviously, I don't know how many stitches Matt Hardy see. I did not catch that, but yeah, he got stitched up and bloody as hell. And that forward, that Phoenix, I don't know if he tried to do a 630 splash, but wow, this is the first time I see Sammy being serious and evil. So I'm gonna go with you, Mr. Hero. What were your thoughts about that segment?
Thumbs up, man. This is what. This is what we need. This is what I wanted to see out of Sammy. I watched his YouTube show, and I think he's entertaining. Matt Hardy, I think he's giving to the business in giving this guy a push here.
Putting over new talent. Yeah.
Yeah. This reminds me. I know there's differences, of course, but it reminds me of Orton and Mick Foley. Okay. There's the young line and the older cat, going, and so I'm glad that they waited for Sammy to do his suspension and all that, and then bringing this story back, and it works. Sammy was gone for a month, and it's almost seamless that they continue on. But yeah, this sets the tone for this feud, and hopefully it turns out being one of the better feuds of this year.
Definitely. Mr. MGC, what are your thoughts about this feud?
Yeah, putting over new talent, you get to see kind of like a little bit more docile Matt Hardy, rather than like the big over-the-top one that really got over with everybody, the delete Matt Hardy, since they're going with that version. So it's a Matt Hardy that could take punishment from a Sammy Guevara. And we could see one of the things I wanted the most out of Sammy Guevara was to see him be very like vicious and cruel. Like there were so many times I wish he would have talked more shit like on the microphone and been more like an NWA or like a Tama Tonga, like just on the mic or like that. Cause he's kind of like, when you think of like NWO or DX, he's kind of like in that X-Pac role, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Like smaller, like the smaller enforcer. Like you've got the big enforcer, but you've got like the smaller enforcer.
Right.
You know? Except like high flying enforcer in a way. You know, high flying henchman.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mr. Killer, what are your thoughts about this?
With Sammy Caveira?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. That was a fucking beautiful fucking flip right onto the table on the Matt Hardy, man. Busted open the motherfucker and everything.
Yeah.
Blood coming down with the crimson face.
Did you guys see the blood hit the table? Like second.
Yeah.
It went.
Yeah, he got fucked up really bad right there, man. It looked great. It was a great visual. And, I do think that they're putting a lot behind Sammy. I think that they know he is. I know JR thinks he's the next Eddie Guerrero. There's never going to be another Eddie Guerrero. But this Sammy, he's going to go to the top, man. Like I said about these other guys, the sky's the limit for this guy. But this guy right here, I believe, is a future AEW World Champion. I love this feud right here that he's got going on with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, he knows how to put people over, right? And I believe that's what he's going to do. He's going to do a job well done with Sammy, man. But when this is over with, Sammy's going to come off looking like the legend killer like Randy Orton was back in the day, a young legend killer. That's what he's going to come off looking like.
Yep. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Here
right
first. Here. All right, moving on with that. Obviously, we saw the debut of your brother, Matt Cardona. As you see, your brother, Matt Cardona, teaming up with Cody Rhodes against, obviously, the Dork Order. Great debut or not a great debut? So I'll give mine first. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Not bad at all. We saw Matt, what he could do in the ring. He did different moves this time. You know, we didn't do classic old school wrestling type of style moves. He did the River Pro Plunge though. Ahmed Johnson, double underhook powerbomb. So I was impressed with that. So the finisher, still the same one. So I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Killer, what were your thoughts about his debut, and should he change the finisher, or what do you see? Him keeping the same finisher, or what is it that you see in Matt Cardona's future in AEW?
I believe it's time to switch it up. I want to see a whole different version of him in AEW. I want to see where this is. I believe he is doing a new gimmick, but I don't know what it is yet. But I want to see it, and I want to see where he goes, even though his old lady blocked me, and old lady is slain for his girl. So, but yeah, I want to see where he goes and what he does. Obviously, we know he's best friends with Cody, so I mean, but I don't think that has nothing to do with it. The guy has potential. He should have been pushed in WWE years ago when The Rock was in the ring and they was chanting, the fans were chanting for him, and he should have kept the Intercontinental title longer instead of The Miz winning it back that night.
Right.
He's in the right place right now. He's where he needs to be. He's where he's going to be put on a pedestal. And Cody Rhodes knows that this guy can be made into a megastar if put in the right position. And I think that Matt is going to be doing a damn good job in AEW. Could they have done the debut a better? Yeah, I think they could have if they would have had him in a singles match or something. Mm. But I like this. Him and Cody go out there, they won. But you know what would have been more better? Instead of Scorpio Sky at the end of it coming out there and saying to Cody, I'm coming for that title shot next. I would have liked to see Matt say that right after the match. Just look at Cody and look at the title and say, next week.
Oh, wow. All right, Mr. Hero, What are your thoughts?
I want that to happen right there. What he just said. Give him Tony Khan's number.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like
Tony.
Tony,
the reputation. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the debut could have been better. It could have been done a little bit more different, right? Like one-on-one match would have been good, but I think that this kind of it gives a clue into the future of Matt Cardona versus Cody. They're teaming up right now, but then all of a sudden, they're gonna be building up and hopefully it doesn't take as long as Hangman Adam Page versus the Elite or something like that. Hopefully it's a little bit more quicker. I want to see Matt Cardona as a full-on heel, which I'm pretty sure he could pull off. And yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for him. And as far as the finishing move, I'm all for it. He can keep that. I did get a different vibe or of a different character from him during this match. He could keep the finisher. I would like to see him win the world title with that move, kind of like a rib to WWE that like I could have done this over there, but I'm doing it here. Yeah. So like Josh said, he's in the right place, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he can do it. He can be world champ. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. All right, Mr. Steamboat, your brother. What are your thoughts about your brother's debut?
I gotta say, it's like I agree with everything Josh and Mike says. Like I like to see him go for either the TNT title or the World Championship. But the only thing is, I don't want to see a Shawn Spears number 2. Like if you turn him heel again, he's gonna have to get bogged down in all aligning and unaligning with all those groups, and then putting him with the manager and all the other stuff they seem to be doing with heels these days. The main thing I really most want to see from him is promo time, because he's really good on that mic. He's got a podcast. He's a great talker. If you guys have seen how Matt Cardona is as a talker, so they should get right away, just give him more mic time. Doesn't matter who he's challenging for it. And I'd want them to keep him as at least a babyface or tweener, just not putting him with, whatever faction, name the faction, fill in the blank, but keep him as a babyface and give him as much mic time as possible,
Yeah.
Promo time, promos. That's AEW's strongest point. And especially a guy who could talk, who made his name with both a YouTube show and podcast, you could get so many interesting moments from him.
Definitely. I'm with you guys on that. I agree with all what you guys are saying. Most definitely. The only thing I do agree about what you said, Mr. Killer, about should have been that's what I was expecting, honestly, Matt Cardona to challenge, Cody for the TNT, but we saw Scorpio Sky. I'm a big fan of Scorpio Sky. I see this, obviously SCU, which I'm a big fan of SCU, all right. I'm a big fan of SCU. Because they're from they're from Southern SoCal and Central, baby, Southern California.
Hometown boys.
This is the worst, but
town
I ever been in.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scorpio Sky, I think it's about time for him to get a singles push. Been watching him.
Damn right. If Big
been
E's
watching
getting one in WWE, could you imagine Scorpio Sky getting one? Holy shit.
We've been seeing him a lot of wins on Dark, and obviously now it's about time for him to get his push. Now facing Cody Rhodes next week for the TNT Championship. So I'm looking forward to see Scorpio Sky to take the skies to the limit, because he's Scorpio Sky, and he needs more exposure on Dynamite, not Dark, Dynamite. That's where he needs to be. So Scorpio Sky, I'm rooting for you. I love you too, Cody, but I'm sorry. He's a SoCal guy.
That's who they should drop the TNT title to.
Oh, man. So Scorpio Sky would be great. And then why not, Let him have it. I mean, shit, it's about time.
I love his moveset. His match with Jericho was probably one of my favorites.
Yes,
yeah.
That was actually one of my favorites.
I would wait. I'd wait to see him drop the title to Matt Cardona. Let's see that.
Well, you could do Matt Cardona versus Scorpio next. You could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have a triple threat with them.
There you go. Book it.
I feel like Cody's gonna have that title until they have it fixed the way that they're gonna fix it, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Hero.
Oh, I just got off the phone with Tony, and he likes our idea. So,
Good news, guys.
Tony,
Yeah,
send me
right.
some. You know, Tony Khan buys 200 Burger King burgers like every night that they tape Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
2 or
yeah,
300.
yeah.
Send
lot of
some of those
burgers.
over here.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
Tony,
yes.
tell Tony to send maybe like 5 of them to me.
Mr. Hero, what Scorpio Sky? Yes or no? Do you like it? Like the
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, make it happen. Man, this TNT championship has many roads it could go on.
No
it's
pun
Scorpio
intended.
Sky- no pun intended. I was about to say that. Yeah, that's the exciting thing about this right now. That you have contenders, solid contenders for the title that any one of them could go with it, and so the future is bright, whichever way they choose to go.
Perfect. Most definitely. I am one with all that. That's definitely a great minds think alike. Great minds. Ladies, all right, now let's go ahead and move forward. We saw I'm back.
Oh
And
shit!
better than ever.
I
I'm
got culture.
back.
I got
To
goosebumps
make
on that one. I
things
mean,
better. Saints facts.
20 something. How many years? 23.
25. No, 23
I
years.
wish he would have came out with that theme song right there.
Oh, he doesn't own it though. It's WWE.
I know he don't own
copyright.
it, but imagine if he did. Oh my
All
god!
right. We saw the return of Eric Bischoff, obviously, doing a debate. We all knew it anyways. We all knew it was going to be Bischoff. Come on. It's obvious.
I didn't know. I was
I
surprised.
was
surprised.
Guys,
I
on
knew
83 weeks next week, he's gonna be like, I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
And also, so obviously they gave the debate for Jericho and Orange Cassidy, which we're going to see next week. Obviously, the rematch, the $7,000, jacket match. Obviously, if Orange loses, he has to pay Jericho 7 Gs. But funny debate or not, so I'll go with Mr. MGC. Do you think it was a great segment, or what do you thought about that?
We get to finally, because I watched the episode of Shot of Brandy. I don't usually watch that show, but just because Orange Cassidy was on it, I got to see how Orange Cassidy is when he's talking. And Orange Cassidy is the same age as my older brother, so I get some of his demeanor. I'm like, okay, that kind of reminds me of my bro. So when he's arguing and talking about like sea levels rising and shit, just like I know the effect that they were going for, because it's kind of how like Lil Jon, like there's a Dave Chappelle skit where Lil Jon was like, he could only say, oh yeah, okay, and then
What?
Lil Jon, what?
What?
But when they asked Lil Jon, are you covered by medical insurance? And Lil Jon's like, well, of course I'm covered by medical insurance. I have a card. And I know they were going for that same kind of thing with Orange Cassidy because he never talks. That's why they went for like the rising sea levels are of proportional levels, and scientists have claimed that so they wanted him to go full robot and then get vicious on Jericho right after. And that was kind of cool. You get to see that side of him too. So it's Orange Cassidy is another, like, we're seeing new baby faces rise up in a very natural way. Because like we just talked about Scorpio Sky, we're talking about Matt Cardona, and now we're gonna see, and we've seen like what they're doing with Jungle Boy. So we're gonna see Orange Cassidy really, and I really think he's gonna go over on this match because there's not much. Like if he loses, like what are they gonna do with it? Like a torture angle or like a you mop the floors for Jericho to pay back that money or whatever.
Right.
But, so he has to be going over for this match. So I'm really excited to see it.
Me too. Most definitely. Mr. Hero, what are your thoughts about it?
Great characters go through evolutions, and I saw like the beginning of an evolution here. He sounded more by the end after his very informative answer. He gave a glimmer of something different there, and I see more depth into his character now going into the rematch than I did for the original match. Just with that segment or that little bit right there. He wants to win. I get the sense that he does want to, and it's not just So yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and
Damn, my sunglasses.
hopefully,
Josh
hopefully,
has the sunglasses.
yeah, yeah, and hopefully he doesn't have to pay those 7Gs because in this economy, no, thank you.
Right, the way I was looking at it. Right, Mr. Killer, your thoughts about this segment?
Man, with the whole debate thing, it made the day for me just seeing Bischoff on TNT again. That right there made the segment for me. That was fucking. I knew it was gonna happen eventually, but I wasn't expecting it when it happened. And when it happened, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, at the start of the segment, I thought it was kind of cringe. To be honest with you, but as it rolled on there, they made it work with this Orange Cassidy. I do see the evolution, just like Mike said. This character right here, Orange Cassidy, he is he's starting to come out and be able to say other stuff. He usually you see him quiet and just relax and chill. This was pretty funny whenever he do all that stuff and everything. So yeah, I want to see more of that out of him. Like just change or add more to his character. He just can't be quiet right now, especially right now in these times where there's no fans, because his character before revolved around the fans. And if you have no fans there to cheer him on, or his gimmick worked best with the fans. So right now, I think that we got to add some more flavor to his character, his gimmick, or at least AEW does.
Yeah, most definitely. You did say in the archives, you said that character was going to last long. So don't forget to look at the archives, gentlemen, on YouTube.
So it's a new character, though. So
I mean, I think this is how
evolution.
Josh.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree.
If he goes with a new character, but if he sticks with that old one, it's,
No, I think he's gonna be more like the Fonz, but more like tougher, like more with attitude. I think in a way, chill, relax, and then what? And then see the anger and the fear of his, furious and anger just coming out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that what he does with Jericho, and I'm looking forward to see that match as well next week. I cannot wait. And I think Jericho's gonna put him over. I think Jericho's gonna let him win. I say Jericho loses.
I agree.
If they do that, man, they got a lot of faith in Orange Cassidy.
Yes, and that'll be a first time. So I'm looking forward. I cannot wait for next week.
I think Jericho said himself, like, he's all about new talent and all that. Like, so it seems likely.
Yeah, it seems likely. And I'm moving on. Let's go ahead and move on to the main event that we were expecting to see. Obviously, we saw Jon Moxley defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship versus Darby Allin. What a hell of a match, I would say. Like how Mr. Hero said last week on, don't forget, archives again. He said, hoping it could be an Undertaker Jeff Hardy type of match. I think it was, but I think it was a little bit more. And I enjoyed it very well. The only thing I did not like, I would say, just that, MJF interfering. I don't know. That should have been like a one-on-one, nobody interfering. That I would have seen it more. But overall, I enjoyed the match. I think this match put Darby Allin over. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Mr. American Hero, since you brought that up of last week, comparing it. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. But I will say that I'm not a big fan of like, for example, we just had that on Raw where Orton challenged McIntyre before the match with Dolph Ziggler. It kind of undermines the other challenger. Yes, MJF did this great speech, and we all know that he's going to challenge at All Out. But I wish they could have waited until after this match to give it its proper place. Darby Allin is in the top 5 in the rankings, so therefore he's one of the top contenders, and it should have felt that way a little bit more. Not to take anything away from the match, But the match itself was a very good one. Because Darby Allin is a smaller guy, and even with that, you see the talent and you see the way that it was believable that he would be able to win. I know I certainly started to believe it along the match, and that's what's really important. Like, for example, we go back to the Jeff Hardy and Undertaker match. There was those moments where, like, wait a minute, Jeff Hardy could win, and and I got that sense from this match too. And that speaks volumes to the potential that Darby Allin has and the bright future that he has ahead. So for me, it was an up, regardless of the whole MJF stuff, but solid match.
All right, Mr. Keller, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, definitely. They took it to the limit in that match. You knew when that match was announced, when it's going to happen. Like, that was what was going to happen. Like, it looked like Darby had earned the respect of Moxley in this match, and like Moxley's going to take him under his wing right here with this. And Moxley, did he cut a promo right before that?
Earlier in the episode.
In an episode he cut a promo on that.
Yeah. But I'm more interested in the feud with MJF, man. Can't wait to see it. You see MJF becoming champion?
We'll have to wait and see.
Yes.
But
yes, also.
For me, too soon. But that's just me.
It's a Jay White type reign.
I think, man. Like I said the other week, I would love to see him be the youngest champion in AEW history. I know there haven't been many champions. They've only been like 2. But if he goes ahead and does this, it may take a while to beat that record.
Okay. We'll have to wait and see that. Mr. Matt Steamboat.
Long Island. Even though I've never been there. I've been to New York City. I'll visit now. Matt Cardona, if you're watching, I'll visit and we'll get pizza. And I'll show you my G.I. Joe collection.
He lives in Florida now.
Okay, well there you go. He's still representing Long Island. But anyhow, it was my favorite moment in the match probably had to be like after the pin. Like, Moxie's still bleeding and he's holding, Darby Allin in his arms, like holding him up, like helping out his guy. And it almost reminds me of like when Sting was helping up Ric Flair on the last episode of Nitro.
Oh yeah.
He's like hugging him and he's holding him up and it's like, this is the last time we're ever gonna wrestle on TV, is what because their future was unknown, is what they were thinking. It was like a very touching moment. And then, like you guys said, that Jeff Hardy Undertaker, but this is probably even more like emotional than that. Just because of the blood in this match, because I don't think either of them were busted open for that. So the blood kind of like, really adds to it. I mean, it was somebody posted, it was 2 people in one night, Matt Hardy and
John Moxley.
Matt Hardy and John Moxley. I think the amount of MJF interaction, I think it was enough for me just to see MJF react on this TV monitor. Just seeing MJF's emotions was enough to get me invested in the feud and invested in that upcoming match at All Out. Just seeing MJF be like, damn it, Darby Allin would have been easier to defeat or something, what MJF was thinking in his mind. So like I'm still looking forward to that. I'm thinking if he does drop the title, it's going to be very similar to like a Jay White reign. I need to look up how old Okada was when he first won that title. If MJF was older than Okada at the time. Guys, who was the youngest WWE champion? Do any of you guys know?
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
Yep.
Randy Orton.
Yep.
It was Brock Lesnar before that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Lesnar. Then it was Orton, but Orton was younger. He's younger than Lesnar.
24.
So yeah, there you go. 24. Lesnar. How old was Lesnar when he won it? He was what?
26.
26. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So MJF's what, 23, 22, 24?
I think so. I think he's like in a.
I would do it, man. I'd put the world. I think Moxie's already had a long enough title reign. I mean, not a long title reign, but a decent one. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and do it. MJF, man. I fucking do it. Fuck it.
Jay White, Jay White was, well, he's 27. Well, I guess he was 26 or 25 when he won. And Jay White, I think he was the youngest champion when he got it. I don't know.
You see, the thing with MJF is, like, if he does win the title, like Orton didn't hold that title long.
Yeah.
MJF doesn't have to win that title long. Just give it to him long enough where he can just let him win it, so he can be able to say that he's the youngest champion of all time.
And he's going to rub it in everybody's
he
face.
can brag about that.
Yeah.
Bragging rights.
He can brag
Bragging
about
rights.
that forever. He can brag about that forever and ever.
Yeah.
Jay White had it until G1 Supercard, which was like spring of 2019. I think it was spring. I forgot if that was before or after Double or Nothing. I think it wasn't during the summer. I remember that, but it was and he dropped it to Okada at the Madison Square Garden.
Okay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for this evening. So we are done. We're here with episode 14. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and also don't forget to subscribe down there. Abajo.
Hit that subscribe button right
that
now.
Subscribe
and hit
button.
that like button too. Show some love.
Show some love as well. Or not, we send Mr. Killer to kill your reputation.
Your reputation
kill
is
it.
done.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. He'll kill it. If not, we'll send Mr. Steamboat with the Karen steak and beat the shit out of him. All right?
Where is it?
There it is. He'll beat you up with the Karen steak. Or if not,
Karen stick coming at him.
if not, I mean,
Or if not, I'm gonna run wild on all you guys. Picture.
You better watch out, brother. You better watch out, brother.
you better watch out, brother. He's
Looking at the
gonna
wood.
give you the finger
With the 6-inch pythons.
with the 6-inch.
Well, you know what, brother? Let me tell you something, brother. You better subscribe to the Circle of Debate, brother.
That's right, brother. You better subscribe to Circle Debate. Oh, he technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. See, there he is, a 6-inch python there. Oh, he's back.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. It's too
All right,
much for the camera.
Too much for the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for joining us here at Circle Debate Podcast, episode 14. I'm your host, Devious One, Ivan C, alongside with my brothers, one of the mothers, with the killer of all killers who's going to kill your reputation, the killer, Josh Fred Horton, and the great American hero, the hero of all heroes, what you gonna do, the great American hero, Mike Lopez, and also we have Mr. Karen Stick over there, Matt Cardona's brother, Steamboat's little younger nephew, the Max Kellerman of the Circle of Debate, which is Matthew Cartagena, Mr. Matt the Steamboat, saying to you guys, salud, good night, and don't forget to tune in this Sunday as well for the top 5 of the week, top 5 picks of the week, which will be the greatest matches of all time. So stay tuned for that. And the following Sunday of that, for week 15, will be the top 5 best heels of all time. So stay tuned for that for week 15. So once again, salud, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Salud.